Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of our deep dive webinars. I am so glad that you're joining us. My name is Savannah, and I am part of the customer success team here at Sendible. I am also going to be joined later in the webinar by Shanaz, who is with our support team. And we're excited to talk about our support features as well as our feedback portal. So this is going to be a ton of resources for you guys about how to get in touch with Sendible and how to learn more about our product. Now, if you've attended one of these before, you know that we like to start with an icebreaker. And today I was hoping to get some reading suggestions. So what is a book that has influenced your work life? I know it's a pretty narrow category, but it would be awesome to drop those answers in the chat box. That's going to be to the right. And then just to the right of the chat box is actually a question box where you can add any questions about the subject at hand. So books that have influenced your work life, I'll go first. Mine is Do More Better by Tim Challies. Love it. It was super helpful. Gave me a lot of great strategies for simplifying my productivity. Awesome. And then Shanaz has just said hi in the chat box. Perfect. All right. Well, you guys drop your answers in the chat. Like I said, I need some new inspirational reading here. So you'll have to Marcus, the 4-Hour Work Week. That's awesome. I have yet to read that, but I'm looking forward to it for sure. Awesome. One second. All right. Perfect. Let me get my screen shared so I can take you into the dashboard. One second here. Okay. Here we are. Let's see. So we're going to head into my dashboard. Just confirm that you guys can see my screen. Awesome. Okay, so where I'm going to start is actually in our resource center. And I want to direct you guys to this because it's super important to know where to go for help and support while you're actually in the dashboard, because you're using the tool, you come across something that maybe you want to learn more. The question mark icon right at the bottom left-hand side of your screen is going to be where you can find tons of super helpful information. Now, so I'm just going to click on that. And I'm going to show you the things that you can check out while here. Now, you have the product walkthroughs. This is going to be the basics of Sendible, and these are going to be really helpful videos. So this is video content that you can share with your team, especially if they haven't gotten into the dashboard yet. I found that this can be an extremely helpful way to introduce someone to the platform so that they don't maybe become overwhelmed, but you can give them ways to, here's a short video on how to connect your social profiles. So you can click on this and watch a short video walking you through how to do it. So click on profiles. Oh, so sorry, I didn't click on profiles, but this essentially allows you to go through here and walk through the process here. Ta-da! So how to add profiles, here's how to connect them. And here's a short video on how to do it. So less than 2 minutes, super easy to digest, really helpful. Now, the next line is our help desk, and this is really interesting because this brings in all of the relevant information. When I click on the help desk, it pulls up a search bar that allows me to search for any topic that I may be wondering about. However, it also brings up suggested articles based on the area of the dashboard I'm in. So I'm under the profiles section, and it's bringing up helpful information and articles related to the profiles section. I love it, super helpful, and helps me even if I'm not sure exactly what my question is. Some other helpful things you can find in the help desk are things like video guidelines for social sites. you can just go down here and say, okay, well, I'm worried about posting a video to Facebook. Well, here's the Facebook restrictions on videos and the things to make sure that these are the best videos you can post. So super helpful. Love the help desk here. So make sure you take advantage of it, not only for the search bar, but also for those suggested articles. Next, we have the announcements section. And this is going to be a really helpful spot to find out what's going on with Sendible. Now, the first thing I want to highlight is that we do announce our webinars. So I don't know if you guys came to this because you saw it in the announcement section or if you attended because of the email. Either way, we do have a ton of wonderful events here. We also include content ideas as well as dashboard updates. So these are really helpful things. You'll note that this is where you have the little alert badge. So once we've read everything, we can get this closed so that we know that we have actually seen all of the most recent announcements. Tons of fun stuff in there. Definitely check it out. I'm going to come back to support resources, but I'm also going to touch on product research. Now, this is something that's super important to our Sendible team because we know that we have a great product. We really believe in what we have to offer, but we also know that the way to continue to be an innovative and helpful product is to hear from you. So if you're interested in helping us continue to develop the best product that we can, please join our research lab. This is where our team gets to talk to you about things that we're looking at to update our platform and make sure it's the most relevant and helpful. So if you're interested, it already populates the email address that you are logged in as, and all you have to do is hit submit, and our team will get in touch with you to discuss ways that we can make sure that you would actually benefit from the updates that we're looking at. So please take a minute to jump into our product research. Next, I wanted to highlight the support resources. Now, when I click on support resources, this pulls up this note, get support. Now, why I wanted to highlight this is because I wanted to make sure that you guys understood that if you have a question about the platform and maybe that you've not been able to find out the answer that you're looking for, you can click get support. And let me just share that here. Oops. And I'm going to show you what it looks like to jump into our help desk. So this is our help desk. You can see there's a few things right at the top. You have this search bar, again, giving you the opportunity to even type in the thing that you're looking for. Here we have some common topics. But I also wanted to highlight that if you need to submit a support ticket to our team to make sure that your question gets answered, or if you're having issues with the dashboard, you can submit a request, and that's right at the top right-hand side. If I click submit a request, I'm going to be given the chance to fill out this ticket form. Now, you're going to include your email address, your username if you have it, the subject, as well as any screenshots or videos or things that you have to help us solve the problem. The more information you can provide, the better. So full screen screenshots, video recordings, or even just information like I'm in a Chrome browser, things like that, super helpful. Describe what you're facing, the area of Sendible, the plan that you guys are on, and then the urgency with which this idea needs to be addressed. Maybe it's an urgent need that you need to get back to your clients with, or maybe it's a general inquiry about the tool itself and you just want to hear back at some point. Our Sendible support team will take all of these very seriously, but we want to know how you're feeling about it too. You can drop attachments here, click submit. So that's what it looks like to submit a support ticket. Now, back to the help desk, I wanted to touch on really quick, the top few headings here are going to help you, especially if you're just getting started, having never used Sendible before. This one is going to be especially helpful if you're an agency and you're planning on having clients logging into the dashboard. This is going to help clarify ways to make sure that the platform is most effective for you and for the clients who log in to see their content. Working with teams is going to be helpful, especially if you are working with a larger internal team and you really want to implement some of our approval workflows or things like that. This is going to give you some great tips about how to make sure that your team is functioning at its highest capacity. Next, we have these, which are sections about the dashboard. So if you have questions about publishing or just want to know more, you can select this area. You can also go through and look at monitoring. You can have collaborating. Again, this is going to be reflective in tasks or approvals, things that you're working with team members. Reporting, gaining insight, settings, and this is going to be especially for like notification settings or settings that are related to your account and preferences. So definitely check that out if you need some updating. Account and subscription, this is going to walk you through different areas, the different section of the subscription details, and this is going to allow you to know more about how to update your plan, to add users, things like that. Really helpful info. We have troubleshooting, which is going to be a great place to problem solve. And we also have our white labels. So if you're a white label user, this is going to have specific information for you as you try to make sure that you're supporting those logging into your white label site. I'm just going to click on troubleshooting so I can walk you through what this looks like. Essentially, this pulls up different categories where you could maybe be looking for. So for instance, we were adding a profile earlier. Maybe I'm looking because I couldn't find my Instagram in the dropdown and I still want to add my Instagram account, but I need to troubleshoot it a little bit further. So I can just go through here and say adding profiles, select this, and double check if any of these are going to be the most helpful. Revoke Sendible's access to social sites. This may be the key to making sure that my Instagram gets added and that I can get that taken care of. So I can then click on this and it will be able to walk me through how to do this in Facebook and Twitter and Instagram Business and LinkedIn and Pinterest, Google My Business, Pinterest, etc. This is going to make sure that you are getting all of the support you need, especially if you're a reader and you want to take care of this yourself. Now, we can go back to troubleshooting, and again, maybe that didn't have all the answers. You can keep working through. What can I try if I'm having trouble with a profile? Again, just helping you work through that issue and giving you all the information you need. Now, after this, you come through a ton of helpful resources. Again, these are going to be those short video tutorials walking you through the basics and making sure that you understand how to utilize Sendible's amazing features. Next, we have our training webinars. I'm so glad that you joined us today, but you also can check out all of our past webinars, including things that are related to content or about all areas of the dashboard. So definitely check out our past webinars. And while I'm glad you joined us today, we also want you to come to all of our upcoming webinars so you can register there. Next, we have featured articles. These will be things that have come up. Maybe we just want to make sure that everybody has all the answers they need. Maybe you haven't been worried about optimal times, but hey, I'd like to know more. You can click this here and learn more about what are the optimal times in the Compose box. Next is one of my favorite sections is this handy tips section. I feel like it's so helpful to just have a little blurb that helps make sure that I'm using my Sendible to its fullest capacity. So clearing the Sendible cache is an easy first step in troubleshooting. Well, maybe I've never cleared my Sendible cache and I'd like to learn more. I can just click on this and it walks me through those steps. Super helpful, super simple. And next, we have our additional resources. Now, our additional resources has a ton of different options, including our Insights blog, which I hope that you guys have checked out before. That is where we have blog articles, social media advice. It's amazing. The most recent article was actually on why schools and universities should be taking advantage of social media, and it's so fascinating. But what I want to highlight for you is our feature ideas. And this is going to walk you through our feature ideas portal. And so I'm just going to walk you through that one. Just like so. All right, so this is what our feature ideas portal looks like. Now, there's a ton of stuff you can do, but one thing I want to point out is that this is to help us know what you want and what you want to see added to Sendible. Now, this could be done either through submitting an original idea you have yourself, or it can be through searching for different ideas and voting for them. Now, what I want to mention is that you can kind of go through here and vote on ideas that are helpful or would be relevant to you. Maybe the grid preview is something that you'd be interested in, and you can just vote for that here. And all you have to do is add your email address, and I'll give you a little bit of an explanation why in a minute. But I want to walk you through submitting an idea. So submitting an idea allows us to choose a workspace for this area. So I'm going to add a new idea that has to do with publishing. Now, what's my idea? I want to add, let's say, multiple Instagram. Add multiple Instagram accounts at once. This would save a lot of time when onboarding a new client. So that would be really important to me. I'd love to be able to add more Instagram accounts rather than just adding them one at a time, which can be time consuming. You can choose a category for this. You can also, and then you include your email address. Share this idea. Now, sneak peek, adding multiple Instagram accounts at once is actually going to be rolled out in the near future. So you guys have a little bit of a heads up. You already knew ahead of time. But this is an idea that became really relevant to our customers, and we found out that they really were interested in this. So not only did we want to implement it, but we worked hard, our development team worked hard to make sure that that would be added in our product roadmap. Now, one of the reasons to submit an idea or to vote on an existing idea is because you'll be looped in when we have news about adding that feature to Sendible itself. You'll notice that we have future consideration. We have those ideas that are not currently available, as well as what already exists, what we won't be able to implement, planned, and items that have already been shipped. Now, I want to bring up just a few of these. Not available through the API. This is something we want to mention because we have some features that have been requested, like allowing planning and scheduling of Instagram stories. This is an extremely popular idea that a lot of people are interested in. But currently, this isn't available through our API. And so we want to make sure that we give you all the information you have so that you know what's going on. Now, if the API is to change, believe me, Sendible will be first in line to see if we can get this added into our platform. But we want to keep you, again, in the loop and give you full transparency about what's possible. Now, for an idea that becomes planned, if you voted on this, you're actually going to be alerted and let know that we are planning to implement this idea and that it's coming up in the near future. Super exciting. We don't want you to miss out. So definitely some good stuff. I know I've gone a little bit over on my time here, but I appreciate your patience with me. I'm excited to invite Shanaz on to see if we have any questions. All right, it doesn't look like we have any questions right this moment. Does anybody have any questions about either our guideline, our support resource center, our help desk, or our feedback portal? I know we showed you guys a lot today. Hi, Shanaz.
Hi, Savannah. That was fantastic. Could have listened to you for the whole time, so thank you very much. Great, thorough walkthrough.
Thanks.
I don't believe there is any questions. So what I'm going to go through with you guys today is, should you ever decide to submit a request to the support team or open up a live chat with us, I wanted to go through with you the actual portal where all those tickets are held, so that you've got a history of everything that you've submitted. So I'm going to quickly share my screen and take over from Savannah. Okay, let me just do this. I'm also incredibly excited to show you our help desk, because we've just done a new redesign and it looks so pretty. But what I wanted to show you is I've already logged into the help desk portal, and just an FYI, the login details or the credentials into our help desk portal is different to your Sendible account. So should you not have logged in or created an account before, not to worry. All the tickets that have been submitted are based on your email address. So as long as you create an account with that email address, you'll be able to see the history of reports that you've sent through. So if I go and click on my name and go down to my activities, you'll be able to see here that for all my requests backdate to about 4 years ago. So if you ever come across a query or a question that you've asked before, and this does sometimes happen where you forget what you've been shown or what you have talked through before, what you could do is log into your portal and actually search for the issue or the question that you are asking. And then at least that way, if you need to ask any follow-up questions, once you have found that ticket that you want to report, easy, just go to the bottom and click create follow-up. So you've always got any type of history where you need to. Say, for example, you also have a query that you've submitted and you are going to go on leave. You've got a colleague that's actually going to cover you while you're on leave. What you can also do is go to the ticket that you want to reopen or you already have open, and then all you need to do is actually add a contributor to that ticket, and then you'll be able to have them see all the responses without actually having to forward any further information to them. The next thing I did want to very quickly go through with you is, if you ever come across a very quick question that you need a quick solution to, feel free to actually open up a live chat with us. To do that, you can do that from the help desk by clicking on the help button. Type in what you're looking for. And then what you can do is say, leave us a message. So currently at the moment, we have no available agents, so you will still need to fill out a form, and then as soon as you press send, then if we're not available, then your ticket or your query will still be looked into as soon as possible. When we do have available agents, you will straight away go into a conversation with one of our agents. What I would suggest is, if it's a question you need to be answered, feel free to open up a live chat. If you have an issue, for example, you can't see the Instagram profile within the drop-down section, and you have gone through all the help articles, feel free to open up a live chat. If we can't fully resolve that for you there and then, because we don't want to keep you waiting too long, it's like a telephone call, we will take it offline, put it through a ticket, and then we will get back to you as soon as we can. We just want to make sure that no matter how you get through to us, we resolve the issue for you as soon as possible. So I believe that there is a lot of information that you've been given right now. I don't want to bombard you anymore. So I am actually going to stop sharing, and I believe that's it for the moment.
I think so.
Yeah.
Any last call for any questions, guys? If you have any questions for either me or Shanaz, I'd be happy to get them answered. But if not, Feel free to join our webinar next week. We are so excited that you guys joined us. Thank you so much. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Thanks again, Shanaz, and I will
No
talk to you
problem.
short. Talk to you
Happy
soon.
birthday. Bye.
Bye, everybody.